Afternoon, everybody. My name's Alex Langer. I'm CEO and President of Sierra Madre Gold Silver. Hey, Kel, how are you? Sierra Madre Gold Silver is an exploration and future development company focused on consolidating the area in and around Nayarit in western Mexico. Our goal over the next 3 years is to have 100 million ounces of silver in inventory, as well as production from 2 or 3 points, utilizing a hub and spoke mining scenario, something that's centralized, low capex to start, but could grow as new projects come online. We have 2 projects so far, 2 actually really exciting projects. The first one is Tepic. Tepic, in its previous iteration, had a market cap of over 150 million, but more importantly, $20 million was spent in the ground, including 31,000 meters of drilling, which we have full access to. It's in our core shed facility. They also did a bunch of met work, which came out positive, as well as a number of resource reports that came out. The last 2 are the ones we base our future work off. One was just over 18 million ounces of silver, and the other one was 10 million ounces of silver, just depending on which cutoff grade you want to use. So for us, that was an excellent start. Most recently, we acquired another project we call Latigra. Latigra we acquired from Grupo Mexico. For those that don't know, Grupo is a multinational, multi-billion-dollar copper company. I think it's the 3rd largest in the world. We were able to acquire this project. It took a while. It took about 2 years. What really excited our technical team, especially Greg Liller, our chairman, about Latigra is the grade. It's been in and out of production for about 100 years. 10.5 grams gold was the head grade, as well as 350 grams silver. It's never seen any modern mining techniques, let alone a trench or a drill hole, but we've started the work program there about 3 months ago, and so far, so good. Just quickly touching on management team, I mentioned Greg Liller. Greg is an exploration geologist by training, but he's ran and operated numerous mines. He's actually had 7 projects become mines, which is truly quite impressive. El Cubo, Magistral, Gammon Lake, which is in Gammon Gold, just to name a few. I myself, I come from a capital markets background. I started at Canaccord. I left there in 2008. Most recently, a couple companies I founded, one being Millennial Lithium, where we accepted a $500 million offer from Lithium Americas yesterday. A definitive agreement was signed. And then Prime Mining, when we were here 2 years ago, we were at 30 cents and trading well over $5 today. You'll notice a lot of similar names from Prime and ourselves. A couple other people I'll quickly touch on the technical side. Greg Smith. Greg is a geologist, Spanish-speaking. He was CEO of Caliber Mining when they negotiated and acquired El Limón and La Libertad in Nicaragua. Another gentleman we brought on more recently is Luis Saenz. Luis was subdirector of Frisco. While at Frisco, he was running, 14 different projects. So he's really comfortable with building teams and kind of siloing each of those projects. He's built out just an incredible team at both our projects so far as well. I'll quickly touch on 2 more founding directors. One is Jorge Romero. Jorge is founder and CEO of a company called Reina Silver. And then the other gentleman is Alejandro Carveo. Alejandro comes from a really well-known Mexican mining family. He's based in Mexico. He's actually our country manager. So he handles permitting, dealing with the ejidos, everything like that. So we're not using any consultants. Everything is handled in-house. Quickly on Tepic, infrastructure is excellent. It's actually only 3 kilometers from the nearest paved road. It takes about 20 minutes from the airport to get there. The city of Tepic is about 500,000 people. We're not dealing with being remote or somewhere in the Sierra Madres. We are really centralized located. There's grid power there. There's actually a railway head owned by Grupo Mexico there as well. So in terms of costs and production down the road, we think we're in a very favorable location. This is the total land package. When we inherited it, the project, only the central area was looked at. Since then, we've done quite an extensive work program and have found 2 other areas with quite a bit of potential. The historic veins on the project were 3.5 kilometers. We noticed right away that the alteration was significantly more. To give you an idea, those 3.5 kilometers made up those 2 separate resource reports, either 18 million ounces or 10 million ounces, and we've since more than tripled that amount. So the potential is quite strong. We're finding it pretty much everywhere we look. more mineralization. We did a 20-hole RC drill campaign earlier this year to confirm the historic resource. Came back really, really positive. We had some good intercepts, 15 meters of over 400 grams silver. More importantly, we actually discovered 6 new zones, and that's from surface. So it's looking more like a bulk tonnage situation, an open cut strip mining scenario rather than underground. The reason these zones weren't identified before is the previous operators actually didn't bother to assay anything below kind of 30 meters, or sorry, between 30 meters and the surface. Beyond that, it looks like the widths are much larger than expected. We've kind of gone from 6-meter intercepts to, on average, 8 meters. This is one of the areas that I wish we could say is a discovery. There's about 1.5 kilometers of veining here. However, there's multiple colonial mines here at Tuunas. We've done some sampling so far, and it's come back close to 700 grams silver. We have now completed 3 trenches here, and we'll be doing 2 more, and those results should be coming within the next few weeks. Same thing with the north area. This area is actually covered by about a 200-year-old basalt. It's covered. However, there's a couple gullies and valleys where we could actually get some mineralization. So we did some sampling, and again, we're getting close to 700 grams silver. So now we've done 5 trenches within this area, and again, those results should be out in the next few weeks. I just want to show this slide briefly. This is the last resource report, the 10 million ounces. The previous one was 18 million 6 months before, with the exact same numbers, just depending on cutoff grade. But it shows the widths. The widths there are about just over 6.5 meters. So again, it's hopefully going to be conducive to open cut mining. Metallurgical work has been done, at least a small amount so far. We'll have to do more, obviously. Pretty standard recoveries, at least with the cyanide bottle tests within the Sierra Madres. But what's quite interesting to us is the scoping flotation test as well as cyanide leaching, where they got 90% recoveries. And being a silver dominant project, that's quite attractive for us. So we'll continue this work in the next little while. Latigra. So as I mentioned, we just acquired Latigra from Grupo. Again, the highlights in production, in and out of production for about 100 years. Never seen a drill hole. Location is also quite strong. It's about 8 kilometers from a paved road, easy to get to. Head grade, again, just over 10 grams gold and over 350 grams silver. It had never seen any work, no sampling, no topography, so we've started that work. We actually the first thing we did was sample. We did about 500 samples. The first 300 samples actually averaged over 0.5 gram gold. That's across the whole project. We were also able to get 18-gram gold samples on the high side. One thing we have noticed over the last month and a bit here is there's more than just one vein. The previous miners were mining the Latigra vein, but it looks like there's a multiple stack system here. We've discovered another 3 veins at least, and it's going to be, when we start drilling this project, we'll be able to get quite a bit of bang for our buck in terms of the drilling. With the pads on top, we might be able to intersect multiple veins here. We announced our trench results, so first 4 trenches ever done at this project a couple days ago. I think the highlight was about 12 meters of 1.8 grams gold, including 5.2 meters of 3.7 grams gold. That's all at surface, and these are all within new vein structures that we found. We have another 12 trenches being done right now, and again, we'll have those results ready relatively soon in anticipation of a drill program early next year. So we have a discovery potential here. Quickly, share structure, management and insiders, we're actually well over 40% now. I'm the largest shareholder myself. We have quite a bit of institutional involvement. They came in at a smaller scale. When we did the IPO 6 months ago, our order book was actually over 32 million. We ended up just taking 15. It allowed us to kind of complete what we wanted to do. Also leaves about 5 million in the bank for future acquisitions. We are looking for production. That's kind of the key to this story, as we're really comfortable with it. So we're looking for more advanced projects that we could acquire down the road that fits in with our thematic of early production within the area of Nayarit and surrounding areas. Quickly, we have a bunch of drilling that will be upcoming. We're going to be announcing the results from our trenching, which is going to be continuing. We have 47 drill pads permitted at Tepic. We're going to be adding another 34 to that, which will allow us to drill 150 to 200 holes starting in January, and that'll lead into an updated resource report at Tepic. And then we also are permitting 34 drill pads as well at Latigra, which could amount to a really quite exciting discovery.